Sneezing. Hey, are we live? We're live and kicking. Awesome. Welcome to today's Q&A. It's Tuesday. I rhymed today and I didn't know. All right. Welcome to today's Q&A, you guys. It's the 18th. It is not the 18th. How come that didn't fix? It's the 25th already. Are you guys getting reared up for Halloween? It's coming. Yep. I want to know if you guys are decorating your trucks. Do you even celebrate Halloween? No big deal if you don't, right? Yeah, we take some time off here and there. But Katie's pretty sure that I should be dressing up for Halloween this next week. So I got to decide what it is. That way you guys can join me during the live next week with some costumes. Well, hello! How are you doing, Mike? Mr. Michael Rogers here. Good to have you. Good. All right, let's dive in. We've got some topics to discuss today. First off, we do still have our calendar contest. It is going for another week. Well, until the 31st. 31st is the cutoff. There you go. A truck driver. Decker truck line driver. There we go. So yes, we've got the calendar contest. There we go. Calendar contest that's coming up. We have to have all of those photos in by the 31st in order to qualify. And it does need to be a landscape view, so it has to be long, not tall. So it has to be widthwise. And make sure that it's a good, clean picture. Don't have a lot of stuff in there. Like, it can have landscape, but we don't want a bunch of people in there. I don't think we want any people in there, to be honest. But the truck and some landscape is great. If you have a customer location that you're at, those are fantastic. We love having those. But get those into us at facebook.com/DTLlink or email us at marketing@deckermail.com so that we can use those for the calendar. If you've seen our calendar, I'm afraid to move it because it'll probably break. But if you've seen our calendar, this is our calendar for this year. Dale Lehman. We actually have 2 pictures for Dale because they were absolutely gorgeous. So we had to share it. And we're coming up on November, you guys. It is way close. November is actually Brad Telquist. He took that picture. That was submitted by him. A buddy of his took it in Washington. Isn't that a beautiful picture? Yeah, that one was a little grainier than most, but it was absolutely breathtaking. So anyways, we've got some beautiful pictures already submitted, but just in case, if you want to be part of that contest, go ahead and get them submitted to marketing@deckermail.com, and we will go ahead and get those. I'm hoping that the connection is a little bit better today than it has been in the last several weeks. We're working on some upgrades for streaming, so let me know let me know in the chat if you guys are able to hear and see everything all right and less robotic. We're hoping. All right. Also, we've got more and more upgrades coming through, so keep your eyes open for that. Truck-wise, we did get some Volvos in. I think you guys saw some of those videos. We did get some Volvos in. I'm pretty sure those are all accounted for right now. But what that means is that those of you who've been waiting on upgrades, you are getting those finally. We've been waiting too long for those. I know you guys have been patient. So Mike says, does the picture have to have a truck in it? Yes, it does need to have a Decker truck in it as well. So good question. And again, those can be submitted to marketing@deckermail.com. And of course, the winner will have theirs displayed in the calendar. We're looking for the location that you took the picture, so please include the location and of course your name. But usually I've got the name of the individual as it's being submitted. Usually, not always. All right, couple other things that I wanted to go through. Oh, yes, before I forget, on the TransFlow app, we've got the cache and we've got, clearing the in-cab, and we've got the rebooting. There is a difference between the two of them, and I think that's caused some problems or delays for some people. So I just kind of want to go through some of that information so that you guys have it. and are well aware of what the difference is and how you can fix that. So first off, when you're rebooting, that should be something that you do on a weekly basis, is to reboot the tablet. The tablet, the TransFlow tablet in our truck, that controls our communication back and forth to your driver manager, your load information, your fuel solutions. Also the Wi-Fi is connected to that. But it's all part of it, and it's really important, obviously, that it's working properly. On a weekly basis, if you reboot it, it will help with the updates, getting the updates pushed through and working properly. Also, in cab, if you're clearing the in cab, that'll also remove or basically help the processes, help the software itself work better. There we go. And you must be stopped somewhere where you have a strong Wi-Fi connection. If you're in an area when you are clearing your cab where it's not a strong Wi-Fi, then when it clears your maps and stuff, it just doesn't download properly with the Copilot. So please, I'm freezing up already. Dang, here I thought we were sitting pretty for today. Nope. All right. I'll try and slow that down. Okay. So yes, the difference between the troubleshooting on the tablet is rebooting the tablet and in-cab. You should be clearing the in-cab on a weekly basis, just like you were rebooting the tablet on a weekly basis. And if you guys didn't know, all electronics need to be rebooted regularly. So if you use a computer, you use a tablet, you're using your telephone, all of those should be rebooted, powered down, cycled back up on a regular basis. It just works, freshens everything up and works a lot better. So I just want to get that out there as a reminder. Also, as a reminder from the safety department, you guys, if you have any questions or any issues with your tablet, please make sure that you are reaching out to our safety department at 515-574-4327. 515-574-4327. And that would help communicate with the safety department if there are any concerns or issues, so that we can stay on top of those. Speaking of safety department, how many of you guys know that we have a committee for, like, if you say you were in an incident or an accident and it was deemed preventable and you feel that it was not a preventable accident, how many of you guys know that we have a review committee that will review the accident and kind of go through and determine if it is truly a preventable or non-preventable accident? We do. And it actually is combined of, we've got two management teams, we've got our two individuals from our management team, we've got two of our professional drivers, and then we have one of our outside parties, which is a risk management experience. So we actually have a committee of 5 people who will review those accidents and determine if it is preventable or non-preventable. When in question, if it's a DOT recordable accident, as a recruiter, we get questions like this all the time. But if you're asking if your accident is a preventable DOT recordable accident, the criteria is basically, were you ticketed for it? If you were ticketed, then you were then it's found preventable. And yes, you can fight the ticket, so there's still that, but it has to be taken care of in order to move forward with the application process. Okay. Good, Mike. That's exactly how it should go. Yep, on a regular basis. Cool. So again, for a DOT recordable accident, preventable DOT recordable accident, you would have been charged with a ticket or a violation of some sort. If somebody was injured or if there's a fatality, those would deem it DOT recordable. If the insurance deemed a DOT recordable because of the amount, the expense on it, that could also be a determining factor. And then, of course, if somebody was towed. If somebody was towed, it's a DOT recordable accident. Now, if it was on a private lot or a private parking lot or something like that, that's not a DOT reportable accident. However, it still can be expensive accident and it still can be preventive. So insurance can still deem it an expensive accident that would cause possibly termination or at least a review. So if you guys have questions about that at all, it's get a hold of our recruiting department if you're wondering if we can work with that particular accident, if you have it. If you're a current driver here at Decker and you have any questions whatsoever, you should be reporting all of those accidents to the safety department anyway. That's a must. So again, that number is 515-574-4327 if you want to get a hold of our safety department. But for all of those who are looking to come aboard to Decker and may have an incident or an accident, you feel that it's not a preventable accident and you want some more information, you want to make sure, peace of mind before you get here, then this number here, 888-668-0698 is actually the best number to call to get a hold of one of the recruiters. So if somebody is on the other line, you'll be able to snag another recruiter in the meantime. But that is a DOT recordable accident. That's what will determine if it is preventable or non-preventable, and if it's DOT or if it's not. So just one of the qualifying factors to come aboard here to Decker. If you have any specific questions for yourself, again, the best thing to do is to get a hold of a recruiter to find out if you would or wouldn't qualify. I'm going to go over some of the qualifications because it seems like I've been getting a lot of questions on that lately. And we want to make sure that you guys are well aware of what they are. Hang on one sec. Okay. So, qualifications for driving for Decker. You must have a valid Class A CDL. No permit. If it's just a permit, it's not enough. Yes, we do train, but you have to have that valid Class A CDL before we can qualify you for training. Now, these are questions that I'm getting quite a bit, whether it's on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or any of our social media platforms. I'm seeing these questions a lot. If I have my permit, can you train? No. We do require that Class A CDL, that full valid license before we can move forward. The other question I'm getting is, can you train me to get my CDL? Again, no. We do require that you have a Class A CDL before. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm saying these are all worded a little bit different. I just want to make sure that I'm crystal clear on that, so there's no surprise. Now, we can train in our refrigerated division and we can train in our flatbed divisions, which are the two current positions available, that are currently available. However, if you live in some areas where we only have flatbed, we don't allow training unless you have 1 year of tractor trailer experience. There are exceptions to that. If you live around the Iowa area, or an area that we run more of our Midwest flatbed, because it's closer to our training facility in Fort Dodge, we do offer the training. But if you're OTR and you're in an area that we hire only our over-the-road flatbed, then we wouldn't be able to train you at this time unless you have a year of tractor trailer experience. Okay. So the qualifications for our over-the-road flatbed, that's different than any of our other divisions, is you have at least 1 year of tractor trailer experience, and then we'll train you for flatbed, or 6 months of flatbed experience, tractor trailer flatbed experience, and then you can come aboard without additional training. Let me back up for just a sec, because as I was saying that, I do want you to be aware of when you come into orientation and you're coming into our flatbed division, we have everybody go through the securement and tarp training. You might not have the